Okay, Julia, so this was number 5, and it wanted to know which one of these nets would make a cube. Okay, so when you look at this, what you should be able to look at first is eliminating ones that don't quite make sense. And so what you want to think about is if you fold these, which ones could you fold together and get a cube out of, okay? And so if I look at A and B, I don't think I could make a cube with those if I folded them, okay? They're kind of like shaped kind of weird, like these tabs on each side here. I don't think if I folded this up that I would get those around. But it is really hard to kind of picture that in your head and not have it in your hand to fold. So I get if that looked a little tricky, okay? The answer here is C. Okay, so if we folded this part here around that way, okay, so this part we would fold that way, and this part we would fold that way, and then we fold down, this would be like your middle part. If you had a piece of paper and you could cut that out, I think you would be able to handle that a little better. Like I said, if we had our notebooks and we were in class, we would actually have these to be able to mess around with and be able to visualize and hands-on a little better. So I'm sorry we don't have that, but C is actually the answer for this one. The best way I can get you to picture that in your head is to think about folding this bottom like around the back, and then this top around the back, and then kind of folding it down to make a little cube, okay? You could even kind of fold this bottom up and that bottom down and then fold around if you can see it that way. And if you can't see that, that's okay too. It's okay. You're probably never going to make one of those unless you want to do it for fun, and that's up to you. Okay, so that's that one. So the first two that we kind of looked at are kind of the same thing, where you kind of have to visualize folding the object. And without having one of those manipulatives in your hand like we would have put in our notebook, it is a little harder. But maybe check out that Google slide. Maybe it will be a little easier to see on the slide. I don't know. Like I said, we would cut those out and it would be a little easier. Okay? Okay, Julia, so this one wants you to find the surface area of this pyramid, triangular pyramid. So what we have to do is find the area of each face, okay, and then we'd have to add it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is label this. So I'm going to call the bottom of this A, okay, because that's my square, right, because it's 2 by 2. They're the same size. And then this is going to be B on that side, and then these will be B, okay, those faces. So I'm going to start with A. So area of a square is equal to S squared. Area is equal to 2 squared. Area is equal to 4 meters squared. Okay, and I only have one of those, so I'm done with that one. Okay, I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go B. B, okay, my area for a triangle, my formula is 1/2 BH. So my area is going to be equal to 0.5 times my base is going to be 2, right? 2 times, and my height is 4. Okay, my area is 1/2 of 2 is 1 times 4. My area is equal to 4 meters. But I have how many of these triangles? Well, I have one here, I have one here, I have one on the back side, and then I have one on that side, right? Do you see that? So I'm going to have 4 times 4, because there's 4 triangles, which is equal to 16 meters squared. Should have squared that. So I'm going to take my 16 meters squared, and I have to add my 4 meters squared to get a total area of 20 meters squared. Okay? Does that make sense? So you had this triangle here, the one opposite it on that side, the one on the front, and then the one on the back. So we had 4 B's. Okay? You know my handwriting is super. And then you had 1A. Okay? That's how we ended up with our 20 meters squared. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, let me know, and then I can explain it more. Okay? Okay, so this was another one from the quiz. I forget what number this one was. I want to say it might have been 11. Yeah, I think it's 11. Yep, 11, where you had to find the area. So this is a parallelogram, okay? So the area of a parallelogram, you're going to find from taking base times height. So remember, a parallelogram, your height is given to you by this right angle, okay? So when you do that, you have to think the right angle that comes down, remember, it's like that triangle type thing. So it doesn't matter, the 6 inches they have here for you, that is like to throw you off. That's the side length. That doesn't matter. That's like a width. We don't need width for parallelogram. You need height. Okay? So that number 6 is there. It's useless information. You don't want it. You need the 5. You need the height, and that is represented by the right angle. Okay? So your formula here is just base times height, and the 5 being your height. So you're going to have area is equal, and 10 is the base, to 5 times 10, area is equal to 50 inches squared. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry that 6 threw you off. Okay, Julia, last one. So this is a square pyramid, and I know it's a square pyramid because it has a square base, okay, and then it has the triangular sides. Okay, so my formula, I'm going to have to first label. So this is going to be A, okay, and then my other parts of this triangle are going to be my B's, okay. Okay, so super job echoes on your letters. I'm first going to find A. So my area of A, it's a square, okay, because I can tell that's 6 and that's 6, right? And so they're the same length, so it's S squared. So my area is going to be 6 squared, and so the area is going to be 36 centimeters squared, okay? So now we got to do B. So B, that's a triangle. So B, whoopsies, area is going to be equal to 1/2 base times height, okay? Now my base, this 6, you can transfer over here, right? Because it's a square, so you know this side is the same. So area is going to be 1/2 times 6, and then my height is given to me here, times 12, okay? So area is going to be 1/2 of 6 is 3, times 12, area is 36 centimeters squared, okay? So the square, right, and the triangle have the same area. Now, how many triangles do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take that 36, I'm going to multiply that by 4. 12, 13, 14, 144. So I'm going to take 144, I'm going to add 36 to it. I get 180 centimeters squared, which is the correct answer, okay, for that triangular pyramid. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on any of those, you let me know. I'll be happy to help you out, okay? If we need to set up a Google Meet another time this week to go over anything else, let me know. I can do that for you too, okay? Thank you for working hard. I really do appreciate it. Okay, I'll talk to you later. See ya.